Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Star Blast Studios coming here with the brand new figure review, and today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the custom head sculpt of Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan God heads from Demoniacal Fit. And guys, if you do want to go ahead and pick this set up all before you go ahead and even look at the review and stuff, you can go ahead and pick this set up at OmniMeStore.com. Link will be in the description down below. Omnime Store is a great place to get third-party products, and Demoniacal Fit, they bring Demoniacal Fit stuff straight to your doorstep really, really quickly, and I definitely think that you guys should go ahead and check that place out, especially if you want to get this stuff in early as me for these reviews. But anyways, guys, that's about it. If we want to take a look at the box, you can see the side of the box, you get the back of the box with the instructions without the pointless paper, and pretty much the side. And right here on the bottom of the box, it shows that for any information of Demoniacal Fit, these are actually the official Instagram pages for the actual stuff. And it turns out that there was this one Instagram page for Demoniacal Fit that's actually not even Demoniacal Fit themselves. It's actually like a fake page, and it's not really Demoniacal Fit, which is honestly insane because I remember like having followed that page for a really long time, and you know it turns out it's not even by the same person. They're not run by the same people. So that's honestly really interesting. But anyways, that's about it for the box, all the information and whatever. So let's get right into the set and see what this thing is all about. Alright, so here we got the Demoniacal Fit Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan God heads out of the box and on their respective figures. And first of all, I just want to go, let's go over the Super Saiyan God Goku over here. We'll put Vegeta off to the side. Now, with how they did the Super Saiyan God head, I really do think that they did a fantastic job with how they've definitely gone and replicated the original Super Saiyan God hair sculpt. They did, however, make the hair on this a lot darker than how it was on the original Super Saiyan God Goku. So for comparison, I'll have him right over here. And yeah, there is a little bit of changes to how they've, clearly colored the hair when compared to the SH Figure Arts. But honestly, this is not even that big of a problem, I would say. Like, there's been multiple different scenes in the actual anime where it depends, whoever is animating the scene of Super Saiyan God Goku, whenever they're fighting, they would do different shades of hair, different shades of red on Goku, and honestly, like, it varied. So for this one right here specifically, I feel I'm getting more of that Yuya Takahashi sort of vibe of him fighting Broly in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, and that's what I really am digging about this one right here, is that the darker red is way more accurate to the Broly movie. Whereas this is more of the red of which we saw Goku sort of having in when he first went Super Saiyan God in the Battle of Gods movie. And each of them I feel like are accurate to their own respective sort of stuff, and honestly, none of them I feel have anything. So whichever one you prefer is honestly, it all comes down to personal preference, whichever one you like the most. But looking at the faces, one of the things I really do like is just how much, like, the thing that impresses me with Demoniacal Fit every single time is that they manage to make the faces almost exactly, like, the face on here, I don't have the Super Saiyan God, original Super Saiyan God Goku face on me of this specific one, but for comparison, let's go ahead and take this actual face and put it next to the regular Super Saiyan God face. They look exactly the same, and that right there, I think, is just enough to make you go like, wow, this is really a third-party company that's going and making this stuff. Guys, this is literally, this company right here, people wonder why like Tamashii Nations is going and making their Ginyu Force figures. This right here is the reason why, because Demoniacal Fit is clearly capable of going and making these figures, or these sets in a way that intimidates Tamashii Nations to go and make figures of which they're making. So I just think it's funny that Demoniacal Fit is capable of doing that. So for the rest of honestly, for the rest of the faces, they do look exactly the same. But one small issue that I noticed specifically with the Super Saiyan God Goku head, and I'm not sure how well this is coming across on camera, but like I've seen this in other reviews and I'm still seeing it in hand, but basically the red eyebrow over here, the small issue I have is that it's a little bit of a brighter type of like the eyebrow color is way brighter than the actual hair, and that's just like a small little detail of which I noticed, and I feel like that is the only reason why it came out like that is because when they were going and they were actually making the copy of the original Super Saiyan God Goku, almost knocked that down right there, like they kept the eyebrow colors the exact same way, and I really feel like it would have been cooler had they gone and actually made the eyebrows a little bit like, the same color as the actual hair. But, really, that's not a deal breaker at all by any means. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the Vegeta over here. And so, already with this Vegeta, I'm going to just put this Goku off to this side. With this Vegeta, I got to bring the camera down because Vegeta's a little bit short. With this Vegeta, I think that they definitely nailed the look of Super Saiyan God Vegeta, where I feel like it's not exactly as representative of Vegeta with the character sheets. And yes, I do have the screaming face on it, which honestly does look a little bit weird. My thing about with this Super Saiyan God Vegeta is that I feel like it can look a little bit more accurate to Super Saiyan God. Like with Goku, for example, with this specific head sculpt, like he looked a lot more like innocent and pure. His eyes were like way bigger in a certain way. And I'm just going to change out the face on here with Vegeta as I continue talking. But with Vegeta, he doesn't necessarily have that sort of thing on him, because they basically went and repainted the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta faceplates that came out with the original Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Now, I don't think that that's all that bad of which they wouldn't do that, because you looked at Yuya Takahashi, how he animated Vegeta fighting Broly in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. It does look exactly the same. So honestly, it's like that's just one small little like thing I have with it. It's not a deal breaker by any means, as literally with it depends on whoever is going and drawing like the actual characters of Vegeta. Like Yuya Takahashi put in like the more Super Saiyan sort of nature into his version of Super Saiyan God Vegeta fighting Broly. And so naturally right there, you sort of have that toughness in this Vegeta right here sort of accumulate to that. So let me actually go and get the other accessories of Vegeta just to compare them for you. So it's taking the stern face of Vegeta. Here it is compared to the stern face of the original Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta right over here. And honestly, yeah, I mean, you can see just how accurately they have cloned that into their Super Saiyan God Vegeta head sculpt. I think they did a fantastic job with doing that. Now for some other faces, let's go ahead and go to the teeth grid face of Vegeta. You can sort of see how they've replicated Super Saiyan Blue into that. So that right there, I think they did a really good job. They actually made it so that the eyes on this one are looking completely straight, whereas this one has that one lazy eye that's sort of looking off a little bit to the left, whereas this one is straight, which I think they were just doing. They sort of had a little bit of a Majin Vegeta incident, I think, because they were trying to make him look off to the side, but then it just didn't work. But anyways, yeah. And for the last face, this one right here is the weirdest one, because like you have the screaming face of Vegeta compared to this one, and this one right here I just don't feel like looks as good when compared to like this one. And maybe that's just due to the nature of how Vegeta looks when he's in Super Saiyan God with the screaming face. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something about this copy of the face. Actually, I noticed that the eyes are a little bit closer on here. So maybe when it came to cloning this face, there was a little bit of issues. But after having seen it compared to this one, it does not really seem too bad. I think that it's just something about this screaming face I feel like could have been done a little bit better, but overall it's really not too bad. Definitely not a deal breaker at all by any means. I said that a multitude of times. I'll say it again. They did a pretty good job, like with actually going and cloning the faces of the Goku and Vegeta. Now, speaking of Super Saiyan God Vegeta, here it is compared to the original Demoniacal Fit Super Saiyan God head. And honestly, I feel like it really comes down to personal preference again. But, it's really all night and day. I know a lot of people aren't really a big fan of these ones. So I definitely think that for this specific reason of how they handled this Vegeta head, that that this right here is a definite pickup, especially because of that. This one's using the original Super Saiyan Vegeta mold for this head. But this one's using the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta mold, which is a more recent mold for the actual Vegeta head. And so I think that this one right here honestly takes the old Demoniacal Fit Super Saiyan God Vegeta head and knocks it out of the ballpark. So anyways, I think that's pretty much it for the actual heads themselves. Let's see what other bodies that these heads can fit on. So I know, specifically, we'll start off again with the Goku. You can get the Goku on this body, on this body, on this body, on this body, and on this one, and 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 this. And then for Vegeta, he fits on this, and this, and this, and this. Oh. So guys, that's been the review of these heads. Now, for people that haven't been able to pick up the actual Super Saiyan God Goku figure arts figure, you know, considering, I cannot blame them, you know, people that missed out. I mean, you can't really get this dude anymore because he's like $300, so unless you know, have money to go and burn, you know, you could go and pick that. But for the more reasonable collectors, I think if you missed out on Super Saiyan God Goku, this would definitely be a great manner of going and actually getting some form of it in your collection on top of a Super Saiyan Blue Goku body. And for people that are Vegeta fans, they needed more facial expressions. I definitely think that this set covers that for them as well, to make sure that Vegeta has those other facial expressions to go onto there. And even if they don't necessarily have like this specific body for the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta body, like you have the other bodies, maybe like the 2.0 Super Saiyan Vegeta body that actually goes and works on it. As you guys have seen, like these sets they work on a bunch of different bodies. So definitely, I think there's a lot of reason to go ahead and pick these guys up. And if you guys do want to pick it up, once again, go ahead and check out Omnime Store. They definitely will hit you up with some fast shipping. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below so that you guys can go ahead and pick this set up. But anyway, guys, this has been Star Blast Studios. I'll see you guys in the comments section. Until then.